The parent would not want to do it anymore.
You want to talk to me directly?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Don't go through
I am.
the corners.
I'm not going through the corner. I'm talking to you.
Don't go through the corner.
I'm talking to you.
Why are you talking?
I'm talking to you.
Like,
Because you have that behavior.
I actually don't.
Yes, you do.
I actually
Yes,
don't.
you do.
I
yes,
actually
you do.
don't.
But just be grateful you have a mother that actually really cares.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of AWA Voices. I'm your girl Yawande.
And I am Abimbola.
Your favourite mother-daughter duo. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. Welcome back, Volky.
Hi guys.
So the internet has been buzzing because of this video. And I just want to see the hot takes. Okay, let's get into it.
This little boy really... Justin!
Yes?
You asked your dad to take you to your mom's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't seen her in a while, and I thought that tomorrow would be a good time to see her.
Why on Mother's Day?
Because that's my mom.
Are you serious right now? Who am I to you?
Stepmom.
I didn't ask you who I was to your father. I said, who am I to you?
My dad's wife.
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
Let me get this straight. The woman that has been absent has not showed up to a practice, that has not showed up to a game, has not helped you with a homework assignment, has not been around when you have been sick. That's the person that you want to spend Mother's Day with?
Yes.
And what about me? Do I mean nothing? Oh, silence. I've been more of a mother to you than she has ever been. And it is extremely hurtful that that is what you would do to me. And then you're going to stand there and cry right now?
You are traumatizing the child.
That is awful. She's not your mom. I'm disappointed in you.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. I understand she has raised a child for, well, how many years she's helped, but he has a mother, and if he wants to have contact with his mother, he's allowed to. As a mother myself, well, obviously I'm not going to abandon my kids, even though I would love to.
Side eye.
But this is the thing. If I haven't been present in how many years, and my child decided to want to have a relationship with me and wants to forgive me for that, because obviously I have not been present for my own reasons, best known to me, it's up to the child.
I don't know. I feel like how she's gone about what she's doing. Sis, calm down. Like, at the end of the day,
Pipe it down.
the boy literally said, you said, who am I to you? The boy said, my father's husband.
My father's
wife. So clearly that's how he sees you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like it's one of those ones where I don't know what their situation is. Let's say I don't know how many years him and her and the dad has been together. But let's say that they've been together for a while now, and mother, it's not like he spends every Mother's Day with his mother or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't know what the situation is, but then it's like maybe this is hurting her because this is the first Mother's Day they're spending together, or maybe it's the first Mother's Day that is coming up to, or I don't know what the situation is.
Well,
but then at the end of the day, I feel like it's one of those ones where I feel like as a child myself, if I have a mother who is not a present mother, yes, she's still my mother. And yes, I will obviously try to show some appreciation towards her on Mother's Day. But at the same time, I'm also going to show appreciation to the woman that has been there for me. We don't know how old the kid is. He could be something very young and may not be able to have, maybe he doesn't have the emotional maturity to comprehend like how him choosing to spend his Mother's Day with his deadbeat mother is affecting the woman who's actually been there.
yeah.
And we can't obviously blame him for that because again, he's a kid. He doesn't maybe comprehend that kind of emotions in a mature way. But at the same time, like, I really do understand how the woman feels because I've been your mother.
Well, I understand she has been the mother, and which it is appreciated, but you also need to understand that the child is aware that you're not his biological mother. So if the child wants to, in his own way or our own way at some point, want to start building relationship with his mother or our mother, you can't stop the child.
No, I
like,
don't think
yes,
you should
you've
either.
done an amazing job. It is appreciated. And from the context of that video, she has been the one raising that child for 7 years or 9 years, as she has said. So obviously they've had 7 years or 9 years of Mother's Day. So probably this is the first Mother's Day where he wants to try and celebrate it with his biological mom. Maybe this is when he's gotten the opportunity to
she's
get
getting her
to know.
shit together.
And the mom has explained herself that, you know what, when I had you, something. So she's now, or he's now going, you know what, let me try and spend this Mother's Day with my mother. But then this woman talking right now sounds a little bit of jealousy to me. It's coming from a jealousy point of view, because you know within yourself you are not his mother. Yes, you have been like a mother, but you are not his mother. This is one thing I always say to ladies without kids when they go and marry single fathers that has children. These are the things you're going to face, unfortunately. And vice versa. If you're a single guy without kids and you marry a single mother with kids, except the other partner is not in picture, like i.e. unalive, then you will not experience this. If the other partner is, or other parent is alive somewhere, maybe they're just deadbeat, they will always surface at some point, and the child would want to get to have a relationship with that other parent. And these are the things you're going to face. So that woman, she sounded like she was quite jealous, and I feel like she was too harsh with the words she's using towards the child. Like you said, we don't know how old the child is. It could be adolescent, it could be a teenager, it could be, well, teenagers, adolescents, or it could be, well, I think it's like it sounds like a teenager. So, but I feel like she was a bit too harsh, and she's allowing jealousy take the best of her.
Yeah, 100%. I do believe that, because that's not how you communicate in that situation. No, you didn't say that to them. She could have easily said to him, "Oh, like, okay, like, you know, spend time with your man. What are we gonna do for Mother's Day?" And then you don't know what. Do you know what I mean? Now it's like he's gonna feel like he has to choose who to spend Mother's Day between his mother and his father's wife. Like,
and with this generation of children, as a mother myself, they don't give a fuck. Even the parent that is present, if you are moving mad, they no send you. So for him to want to get to know his own biological mother, and for him to respond to you, you're his father's wife, there's clearly something there happening. He doesn't see you as a mother. So there's probably something you've done as a woman to that child that makes that child go, this is not my mother and this can never be my mother. And that's why he or she's trying to give his or her mother a chance in its life. Because if you were more of a mother to that child, the children of this generation, they don't send the biological mother. The person that is like a parent is who they will hold on to. They don't want to go and revisit any trauma. So for that child to want to go to get to know their actual biological mother, that means you are not so much of a mother as you have claimed to be.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't understand why she felt comfortable to do that. Like where's the dad in the picture? Like, how dare you speak to his son like
someone?
that?
Yeah, just because you've raised the child as yours does not mean it is yours.
yours.
You shouldn't be disrespectful to a child like that. That's
at all.
Come on.
Like,
Come on.
And you shouldn't.
It's giving jealousy. The jealous stepmother.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
That's a movie title, by the way.
You shouldn't throw the things that the like you've done for the kid in the kid's face as well. I've gone to your practice. So now there's a condition for me to...
That's why the child is trying to get to know his mother. Because clearly you're always throwing stuff in his face. So come on. Act like an adult and a child will respect you. Act like a child and a child will treat you like a child too. Period.
Let's go to the next one.
All the stuff I do for you as a mother. Literally, I take care of you, I feed you, I cook, I do all that stuff. And all I did, I asked you for your birthday money so that I can pay the light bill. You don't want to give me the birthday money. So I am taking the PS5 back so I can get the money so the bill can be paid.
Well, how you going to ask for my birthday money that I got on my birthday to pay the light bill? And why you trying to take my PS5 away?
Well, you can't play the PS5 anyway if there ain't going to be no damn lights in our house.
You shouldn't have been going out so much. You would have had the money. What happened to the income taxes?
Turner, first of all, I'm an adult. Stay out my business. When I come to you as a mother and I'm telling you,
you put him in your business when you want to take the money to pay the light bills.
So much. I'm tired of you going out. You need to spend time with us
Elani, I'm not even talking to you. So you stay in the child's place. I'm
Mom,
talking
you
to
said stay in the child's place, but you asking my brother to pay your bills. And just like Lay said, you need to start spending money on us and stop going spending money on yourself and your little boyfriend.
boy. Y'all, I'm gonna whoop y'all ass.
Well, I love those kids. See what I'm saying about this generation of kids? They don't send your mommy, they don't send your daddy. They will put you in your place. Because why are you asking your child for birthday money that they gave to him to pay your... If the woman is so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. She's so stupid because there's a way you could, even if you wanted to collect that money from her, don't tell the child you want to use it to pay electricity bill. Just go, let me help you keep the money.
The cat's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. So that's what you've been doing all these years.
Just say, let me help you
That's
keep your
what you've
money.
been doing. Okay, it's time for me to start collecting.
Which money? Which money?
You said you help me keep it.
Yes,
You don't
and
need to keep it
How
anymore.
have you been surviving all these years?
You don't need to keep it anymore.
How have you been surviving?
I'm here
Thank
now.
God for that money. That's
I'm
why you're
ready-
alive.
I'm ready to
Without that
collect.
money, you will not be
I'm
here
ready to
today.
collect. I'm ready to collect.
She's so stupid the way she's went about it. You don't, and then she's saying, "Oh my God, don't stay out of adult business." You already put the kid in adult business, telling the kid you want to use his money to pay the light bill. This better be a fucking skit.
He said, but I thought you get income, like this, what's it called, benefits. Like he was like, what happened?
Exactly. Like you
He aired his mother's business out talking about she on child support benefits and stuff like that. Honestly, I feel like, again, my issue here is the throwing of things that you do for the child in the child's face. All the things I do for you as a mother is the first thing she said. Nobody asked you to open your legs. Like, nobody asked you to have me. Do the things you're supposed to do. I bought you this PS5. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. So you're telling me that
you chose to buy the PS5.
like,
the
do you
child
know
didn't
what I
ask you
mean?
for
Like,
a PS5. But at some point, okay, as a parent, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes kids could be very ungrateful.
Okay.
And kids could be very entitled. I'm not talking about this instance. This is not
situation,
this
yeah,
situation. So let's and just dive into today's topic. Kids could be very ungrateful sometimes. Sometimes kids feel so entitled to everything their parents own, and they feel like what you've done for them, yeah, you've done it. So what's the big deal? And sometimes a little gratitude goes a long way. And when you give that gratitude, then the parent want to do more. But when you start acting as if, okay, it's not about you, it's about me. Like, what's the big deal? Then the parent would not want to do it
You
anymore.
want to talk to me directly?
Yes, I'm
Don't go
talking
through-
to you.
don't go through
I am.
the corners.
I'm not going through the corner. I'm talking to you.
Don't go through the corner.
I'm talking to you.
Because why are you talking your
Yeah.
head?
I'm talking to you
Like, as
because
if
you have that behavior.
I actually don't.
Yes, you do.
I actually
Yes,
don't.
you do.
I
Yes,
actually
you do.
don't.
But just be grateful you have a mother that actually really cares and wants to do stuff for you, even though at your adult age. Like if you're you know.
I'm gonna let you lie.
Just be grateful you have a mother that wants to do things for you at your adult age. Because
really?
a lot of your age mates, the things that I've done for you
No,
at your age,
At
a
my
lot
age.
of your age mates, they are struggling to do it for themselves. Their parents are not supporting them like that financially. I'm not throwing it in your face, but sometimes
Right.
I'm just saying, because you were saying, oh, sometimes parents say, oh, everything I've done for you. I would never say that to my children when I've done things I'm supposed to do as a mother. But some things that I would do that I feel like, okay, you're at that age now where you're over 16 years old. You've got it now. You can get a job. You can put your own money together and do all these things. But
Right.
I'm still putting effort
But
to
that
do
didn't
it for
apply
you.
to us, though, did it?
Well, sometimes
Exactly.
it does. Sometimes it
let's
does. But-
let's really bring context into the situation.
Oh, yeah, put
because
context.
let's just talk about it. Let's talk about what's tea for real. So I feel like, yes, 100%. I feel like I'm always okay. I don't think I used to be when I was a teenager. Be grateful towards the things you used to do, because I used to think, I hate my mom. She's the worst. Because I can't lie.
I'm glad you know you're a witch as a teenager.
No, I'm glad you know you're a witch as a mother.
You're a witch as a teenager.
Yeah,
You're a brat.
I was a brat as a teenager, which I know I was. But obviously, as soon as that phase ended, I did start being a lot more grateful, and I feel like that period ended when I went to university and I moved out of the house. And as I was coming back, it was like a difference in time of like, okay, I'm not who I used to be, and you're saying you're not who you used to be. But then, like, how do we get to know the new who we are, and then like come together to know these things and da 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 da. Separate to that, now I feel like I am a very grateful child. I don't think that I throw anything you do
No, well,
in
now
your
that you've
face.
been working, the difference I have seen since you moved back home from uni, okay? Now that you've been working, now that you've got like a 9 to 5-ish, like you go Monday to Friday-ish, kind of, well, I get what you mean there. But now I feel like you're more grateful. Initially, when you were about to come back home from uni and when you initially first came home from uni, but then again, you're still trying to find your steps then because you've been out of the house for like what, for almost 4
4
years?
years, yeah.
So you're coming back home. And again, in that 4 years, I've done a lot of work on myself.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work on yourself. So obviously, we're getting to know each other
yeah.
like all over again, even
Yeah.
though we've known each other pretty much.
I don't think we have.
Well, I've known you all my life.
You've
I
known
birthed
of
you.
you've known of me. I feel like we've known of each other, but not known
I
each
birthed
other.
you, so I know you. I might not
No.
know certain things. I might not know certain things you do. Well, that you choose to hide from me, which is fine.
No.
But I birthed you. I know.
I feel
I've
like
known
parents-
every stage of you. I birthed you. I've known every stage of you, from when you were breastfeeding to when you were crawling to when you can walk. Obviously, all of those stages changes as you're getting older. That's what I'm trying to say.
This is no. This
I'm
is
not saying I know the version of you that your friends know. Obviously,
No.
I'm not going to know that version because those are your friends.
No, this is
But
my
I'm
point.
telling you a version of a mother that has birthed a child and raised a child. I
Yeah.
know you to that extent. That's what I'm trying to say. Who you are with your friends and other people out there,
Yeah.
I probably don't know. Which is best known to you, why you've kept that to yourself, which is fine.
I don't keep it to myself.
Well, anyways, what I'm trying to say is when you came back home from uni, as time went on, I think you started finding your ground or floor, and then
Yeah.
you start understanding, okay, this is my mom now. This is who she is now. But prior to that, I felt like you were quite ungrateful. There's a lot of things that you threw in my face that I will look at you like, this girl, just be grateful I birthed you. If I did not birth you, the things I do for you sometimes, and at that point, you were over 18.
Yeah.
You could do it yourself. You could get a job and start doing things. But then, because I've come from a family where my dad would do things for us too. My dad sent me to the UK at the age of 18 years old, going 19 years old, paid my school fees, international school fees, my dad would literally give me 700, 800,000, no, not 1,000, 800, 700 pound every month after paying my house rent and everything and still paying my school fees. So because of that, I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to pay it forward to my children. I'm not as rich as my dad, but whatever it is I have, I would within my power, because my dad did that to me. It made me so comfortable and not struggle as much, because I saw a lot of people around me at that period struggle that came to this country from Nigeria or from any part of the world. So with me, I'm like, okay, my dad helped me, so I didn't struggle. So let me just do the same thing with my children. Even though my children at that point, they've got British. At that point when I came, I was not British, so I have to work or do something. So my parents had to sponsor me. But with you lot, you're very lucky in a sense where you guys are British citizens. Well, citizens. That's what you are. Anyways, not like you were born here, but you know what I mean. You acquired a British citizen. So you're British citizens. So you guys have more opportunities. Like with your passport, you can go anywhere in the world. You can do whatever. You can get a job. You can do all sorts. And with the way you can compose yourself, speak the accents and everything. So that's why I decided to go, you know what? My dad did this to make me comfortable. Let me do whatever it is I can do within my own power to make all of my children comfortable. And I'm not just talking about you. Even your siblings, sometimes they could be very ungrateful. Certain things too, they do. And I look at them like, you know what? But I understand, because when I was younger too, I wouldn't say I was ungrateful to my father, but I've once been a child before. I've once been 21. I've once been 25. I've once been 16. I've once been 18. So I understand I might not understand it to your level, but at least I've been through that phase before in my life. So that was where I said I felt like that point you were not grateful. But obviously, that's not who you are anymore now. Do you get what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yes, you are. I feel like obviously there's a lot more context around it. So it's not as straightforward as it sounds how you're saying it, but we don't need to come and share all the context. But separate to that, I do feel like there was a difference between obviously being in university and then now being back home. And in terms of like just appreciating, I guess, the, what would you say, the value of, I guess, one, currency, two, like just having a home, a roof over my head, and those kind of things, because there's a lot of people, well, none that I know personally actually, but like I know there's people out there who like were probably dreading moving back into their parents' homes. Maybe it's for different reasons, but everybody had their own reason to dread moving back home. I know my one was mainly just like not having like the full autonomy of freedom. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the fact that it's like I can make myself something to eat, and if I want to leave my dish in the sink, I don't have to wash it. Like no one's fighting me to, one day your plate is still there. Well, obviously it's not like I just leave my dishes in the sink and leave the place in a mess, but do you know what I mean? Like it's just that, like, not having to be responsible for not having to take in consideration other people. That's the thing that I feel like I missed, because I lived by myself and I didn't share. My first year I shared a flat, but after that I immediately did not make sure that I did that the second or the third year. So I feel like that was my thing coming back home. So yeah, it was a thing of having to make sure that I understood that, you know what, like you actually have to be considerate of the other people you live in the house with, and I feel like that I definitely got. But then even moving forward now, like I wouldn't say it only just, my gratefulness only started when I started my job, because I only just started that like 3 months ago. 3 months ago.
Yeah, but prior to that, you've been trying to do like small job here and there. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this one is sort of permanent, but before that, you've been doing like all this agency, small job.
Yeah. But you said that I only started showing gratefulness when I started this 9 to 5, is what you said.
Okay, well, yeah.
So that's why I was like, that's why I wanted to just correct or like clear up, because I don't think that's the case. Because I feel like from graduation to now, like after, like directly after graduation, moving back home, from then to now, like I feel like I don't feel like I act in any way, like except from like your wardrobe. Oh yeah, like that's me and you for life. Like
no, it's not me and you for life.
Yeah, that's our wardrobe.
It's not
That's
our wardrobe.
our
Stop going in my wardrobe. I don't know why people always go, oh my God, I can't believe you've got you guys are going to be wearing the same outfit. No, it's not fun.
It is fun. I don't know why you don't think it's fun.
It's not fun.
What's not fun about it?
I need you to, you're 24 years old.
Yeah, I got my
you should
own
not be
clothes.
wearing all those expensive stuff just yet. You need to work harder.
Yeah, I do
before
work
you
hard.
start wearing
That's why I don't.
all those expensive stuff.
My mom's got it. Why not? Like why not?
Like, I need you to work a bit harder.
I work very hard.
Yeah, but then start making big money.
I make
when
money.
you can afford to buy yourself lubes,
and I will
LV yourself,
and I will.
Then that's until then stick to your Premani or Shein.
But what's wrong with Shein? Everybody loves Shein. Shein's great.
But honestly, I feel like a lot of parents in the UK, I've discussed this before on my TikTok, where they charge their children that lives under their roof. That would never sit well with me.
I feel like it's not even just charging the kids. It's like conditions to live in the house. Like I understand, like, you know, be respectful to me. Yes, that's a given. You have to be respectful to your parents. Make sure you clean up after yourself. Yes, that's fine. Make sure you do that. But then it's conditions of you can't be under my roof and go out whenever you think what? Like, is this, yes, it's your house, but do I not live here too? Is this not my home too? Like, can't I feel comfortable being in my home too? Like, why is there conditions for me to live here? It's not just, you have to help towards the bills. Even that, depends on the parent situation, I guess. Like, if they obviously can't.
Yeah, well, I understand.
Yeah,
just like you said, it's the conditions for me, because the thing is, prior to that child getting a job, becoming, you know, their own independent adult and having their own financial resources, you were paying your bills. That's how I see life. That's why I am not asking you to pay bills. That's why I'm not asking you for anything. Obviously, I see you do your own looky food shopping, bring it to the house. If you choose to share it with your siblings, you do. And if you don't, you don't. It's entirely up to you. I just make sure the house is stocked up with food all the time. And whatever is there is what I have. If it's not enough, go to
Make
the shop.
it enough.
Go and. But I feel like as a parent, you've been doing all of that. So why do you now feel the need that the minute you now see that your kids are making money, they owe you?
And I feel like that's because it comes from that mentality of like, people have kids so that they can reap the rewards of
That's not
having
how to reap rewards of having kids. Kids are not pension plans. A lot of parents always think kids are pension plans. Kids are not pension plans. And that's not how to reap reward. And even if you want to collect, let's say they were collecting the money to help the child save it, that's a different story entirely. Like, okay, be paying me £300 every month, or be paying me £250 every month, or whatever amount every month. But as a parent or as a mother, you open like some sort of ISA account and you start putting that money in there, and obviously that money is yielding a little bit of interest, £2 there, £3 next month, £1.50. Like, it's yielding interest. At least that way, in future, when that child is ready to move out of your house, you can go, you know what, baby, all this money I've been collecting from you all this while, here you go.
I hope this is foreshadowing, as in it's gonna come into tuition, right? So my birthday money is that I'll be collecting.
You start giving me money, then I'll be saving it for you. Are you giving me any money? Exactly. Start giving me money, then I'll save for you.
Right.
Then I'll save for you. But I feel like, honestly, usually within the African community, because this is how we build generational wealth. I feel like within the African community, these are some of the things we haven't learned just yet. And I know they like to copy. They don't, because obviously we've got a bit of Caucasian people in our family. So I tend to learn a lot from them in terms of building. Because when you look at your Uncle Harry and his family, they did not come from a wealthy background. They had to build themselves. And look at where, his parents are today. They're doing very well financially. And I never heard of, his parent charging him for money when he was living in the house. If anything, it was more of like helping them be great, helping them, open all these bonds for them and doing all these, what's it called? What is that one they opened recently for your cousin? Something fund, I forgot it. Like future fund kind of thing for him. So those are the things I learned from them. But if you wanted to help, if you want your child to help you in the house and you're struggling as a parent, I understand that. But demanding and putting condition is just that one thing that I would never understand.
I don't think condition is a good thing in any situation, in friendships, ultimatums, in relationships, in family life, in just anything. Like, except it's a work condition in terms of, okay, cool, you're getting paid to come here to work, la-di-da-di-da, do the job you're given. Fair enough. But to be conditioned from people that are meant to be your support system, that's just a bit like, so what is it's just a bit too transactional, which is why I feel like in that situation with the mother asking the kid to give back the PS4 or give the birthday money so that she can pay the bills, like it's like, okay, well, if you didn't want to be a mother and pay your bills, like, then don't have kids and only have a small bill that's gonna work for you. You're only paying amount of water bill for one person, light bill for one person. But no, you had a child, so like, do your due diligence and look after your child.
To have a child.
Like,
but again, I feel like once the child now gets to a certain age too, them too, they need to use their brain and not be. Yes,
leaving
you might
the
be
lights on.
Like, you use their brain too and not be doing dumb stuff in the house too. But with that being said, within our community, I feel like a lot of our parents need to do better. We really need to do better. This is part of the ways to build generational wealth. Like, even when you're collecting that money from your children, you can open a private pension for them on their names. And that private pension, your children cannot collect it until they're 50-something years old. And before you know it, all that little money they're paying you, and it's private pension, is tax-free. And before you know it, at least you're building generational wealth for them. You're building something for them. Does that make sense? Because some of these parents, African community as well, they collect this money. They will say they are paying the bills in the house. Sometimes they don't even pay the bills in the house. They are behind on rent. They're sending the money back to Africa to build a house in Africa or to do stuff in Africa that makes no absolute sense. That your children does not even speak the language or barely understands the language. So your children are probably not even going to go there. Because a lot of them have this mindset of, we're going to go back home. Home is, like, who does not want to go back home? But we all know home is not safe.
This is home for me.
Of course. But then we all know home is not safe like that. Because your children that are born in the UK, their mindsets and their mentality is different from the people back at home. So them moving back home is going to be like, they are aliens to people back at home because their mindsets are totally different.
But what about the people who, let's say, they had their kids in Nigeria and they've brought them over in teenage years where they still are very much like aware of the African like lifestyle mentality. Like, let's say, like, for example, you came to the UK when you were in your teenage years.
I can't compare myself to the ones living back at home anymore. I think I talked about this on my TikTok as well the other day. I am one of those people. I call myself hybrid. We call ourselves hybrid.
Wait. No, not like you now. I'm talking about, let's say, you when you was here as a teenager.
Yeah.
And if your mom was here as well, like your parent, you guys all moved here as a teenager.
Yeah.
How would you still kind of expect the same grace from an African parent, basically raising an African child who is still very African mentality? Because I came when I was 8, so I don't remember anything from, I don't really remember much from Nigeria. So naturally, I am very naturally already like out of that mentality or out of that culture.
Back at home in Nigeria, parents don't ask you to pay bills.
Yeah, not just
so
bills.
They're
I'm
not
talking
gonna
about. So you said raise your kids that you're raising here, they're not of that generation or that mindset, like you need to move with the times kind of conversation. So my question is that, let's say you've come here as a teenager, you're not exactly a preteen or adolescent where you are still able to change your cultural whatever. You're actually now basically a Nigerian girl living in the UK. It doesn't mean that your mentality is going to change like this. It's going to take you years to come, but you're still a child under your parents' roof. So in that situation, would you also expect the parent to raise the child as if it's a British raised child, even though she's not? She was raised in Nigeria, but just came to the UK at her teenage years.
You're a product of your environment. So when you came into this country at that age with your parents from Nigeria, you're all going to have the same mindsets because you're all living together. But obviously, as the child exposes him or herself more, like by going to school, activities and stuff, that child will start mixing with the rest of the other children. Then her or his mindset will start to change. The parents, however, depending on
who they surround
themselves with, they might still remain in the same mindset. But I've seen that situation where the children have now grown up and there's a lot of conflict between the parents and the children because, yes, we might have come into the country together at the same time, but I've grown. But parents are not growing because they're still stuck in the mindset. So those are the kind of people that pretty much ask children to pay their bills and parents, even though they've been here. And even when they were in Nigeria, they would never have asked their kids to pay bills, but they're here, because they've surrounded themselves with the same people, with the same mindset. Yeah. So their mindset is going to still be stuck in that typical mentality. But their children are going to grow because the children are going to meet people, they went into education and all of that. So that is pretty much it. But back at home, parents, you really do not ask. I never saw my dad asking I remember my big mommy, my older sister, what I remembered of her, she never paid any bills. And I remember when she got married to her first husband and he passed away, and obviously she's got 2 kids from that marriage, and the family of the guy were a bit of an asshole. If they see this video, you lot were assholes. I can't stand you.
I don't know you, but I don't like you.
I can't stand you. Your son was amazing. My sister's husband was amazing. That was the best man for my sister. I know she's currently married now. Taniola and Dimeji, close your ears. Actually, I've already said it before. I prefer my sister's first husband over your dad. But anyways, I do. And that's the honest truth.
Let's go.
I do. But anyways, when she left that husband, when that husband died and she had to move, the family were horrible to her. My dad brought her back home and my dad gave her one of his flats because my dad had houses. So she moved into one of my dad's flats and my dad never asked her for nothing. And after a while, my dad sorted her out, and her and her children and her new husband, they flew to America, and that's how they became American citizens now. So I've come from a family and household where I never saw our parents asking us to pay our way for anything. Their job, they made it their job to make sure we do well mentally, physically, emotionally.
I think that's because you're a Nepo baby.
Do you think it's because I'm a Nepo baby?
Yeah, I think it's because you're a Nepo baby. Because I think like maybe people who are not on the same, what's it called? Like wealth status as you, like let's say like the actual
I wouldn't say
poor.
we're even that wealthy.
But like at the same time you had drivers, like you was trying to catch Keke Napep to school, like you know what I mean.
I still went on it.
You was ghetto as hell.
And I went on Okada all the time. Oh my
course.
God, my mom would scream.
But
So I begged the Okada not to drop me in front of the gate because they would not let me enter into the house.
Yes, I think like it's because like you were of a higher status financially than maybe those like the general population in Nigeria. That's why I feel like maybe that's why you never experienced that, because I wouldn't see families of wealth asking their kids for money, but like I'll see family that aren't of wealth, and if their kid is making money, I can see them asking their kid for money. Do you know what I mean?
I guess, but then when they're in the UK, it's totally different, because in UK we're all levelers. Nobody's richer than anybody. We're all the same level.
It's as if people from back home think money grows on tree in this UK.
Oh, please don't even
it's
get
the
me
same
started with that one.
suffer.
Don't get me started with that one. But yeah, talking about the parenting and the way parents in the UK charge their children, I feel like we really need to do better. My generation, let's not be like our parents, please. Let's do better. Let's try and build generational wealth. Like, wealth did not come from us. Let it come from our children.
Amen. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I have been Yawande.
And I am Abimbola.
And this is AWA
Voices.
See you in the next one, guys. Bye.